Can, oh, there we go. Okay, great.
All right. You ready?
Ready.
Welcome to Shadow Daddy Groupies. I'm Raven.
And I'm Kelly. And today we're going to talk about Fallen Stars by Imani Eru. So we're going to start with our no spoilers summary, slash, sometimes I accidentally put a spoiler in there. Fallen Stars is the second installment of the Heavenly Bodies series. At the end of book one, we left Enzo in a purgatory and limbo of the dream world without a tether to bring him back. In this book, Alara goes full on scorched earth and forgets herself while she is. What did I write? Okay,
Uh,
let me
this-
start over. I'm sorry.
no, this is the best part. Scorched
Oh,
earth.
okay, great. All right. This sentence makes sense. I just have to read the sentence and then it makes sense. It just took a little meandering, I guess. I was all right.
Well,
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to start from the top?
oh, I thought you were going to just keep going. Okay. Give me a minute so I could have like a good. Welcome to Shadow Daddy Groupies. I'm Raven.
And I'm Kelly. And today we're going to talk about Fallen Stars by Imani Eru. Fallen Stars is the second installment of the Heavenly Bodies series. At the end of book one, we left Enzo in the purgatory and limbo of the dream world without a tether to bring him back. Alara goes full on scorched earth and forgets herself for a while before remembering she's a bad bitch. Her squad has her back, and it takes a while for her to trust them again while they try to save Enzo, kill the King of Gods Ariete, and figure out why the entire world is out of whack. Are these strange and terrible things happening because of her and Enzo coming into their celestial god status, or the whispered about new enemy, the Shadow? There are more stars to battle, more celestials to find, more mysteries, more betrayals, love, sex, friendships, enemies that become allies, friends that become enemies, interesting myths, and some to be determined budding relationships.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. Okay,
Okay.
trigger warnings.
Trigger warnings. We got violence, death, and combat, grief, loss, and betrayal, emotional and psychological trauma, dark magic and corruption, power imbalance and manipulation, explicit sexual content, and morally gray characters and intense emotional themes.
Okay,
It
so
delivered.
it delivered. Okay.
It delivered. I read the first one and I was like, ah, no, I can take a break. And I was like, no, I gotta go find Lorenzo. Gotta go find Lorenzo. Oh man, that was stressful.
That was stressful, but it didn't take an entire book. It only took like a third to half the book before we got Lorenzo
Not
back.
even, yeah, that I'm glad because I was like, are we gonna be battling this the whole book?
Yeah.
But the
Uh,
the no touching.
there was a no, oh yeah, the no touching. That was crazy. Um, so yeah, blah, blah, blah. There's so many things I want to say. Okay, I wasn't in love with this book the same way I was in love with book one. But with that said, I did still like it. I think what it was is before she got Enzo back, I feel like she wasn't the same female character that I loved in book one. She changed. But then I think she kind of came back after she got Lorenzo. I just felt like she was really annoying in the first like third of the book.
She got a little weak,
She got a little weak and
but
a little
then
annoying.
she got really strong.
Yes. So I did like that character arc by the end of the book, but in the beginning I was like, no, this isn't my Alara. This isn't my like fave Alara. This is dumb female main character energy.
Oh man, so a lot of your predictions from the last book were right, and I was like, damn it, Kelly.
Oh my God. Okay, so yeah, it started to get sprinkled in. I was becoming more and more sure that there was that what's her face was still alive.
How?
Sophia.
What was giving you signs that she was still alive?
Okay, in the first book, I said it in the podcast, but it was just that in the first book, she was talked about so much and she
Yeah.
was such an important like theme, but she was never there. Like she never really she was like always talked about, but she wasn't really there. And I was like, why is this character so important to the story, but not really present? I was like, there has to be something more. Her story has to continue
I
in
mean,
book two in some major way. So that was like my first clue. And then in book two, when they started connecting the wolves with kind of like this more evil star, and I was like, okay, maybe Sophia is evil. And then so then I started kind of connecting that. And there was a one dream sequence kind of early on where she was in the dream world trying to save Lorenzo, and there was like this shadowy figure, and the shadowy figure kind of like sends her into, maybe she wasn't even in Lorenzo's dreamscape, but she was in someone's, and Sophia pops up, and I was like, okay, I don't know. This seems like really personal. And now Sophia's back. I don't know. She sprinkled it in really well. Um, and so I kind of predicted early on that, oh, wait, maybe it's
you
Sophia
said
that's the
she
evil
was gonna
one.
come back, and
Hmm.
she came back.
And she came back.
I kind of like, I mean, at the point where they were like, "Oh, don't open the door for her." I was like, "Well, who else could it be? Like everybody's already in there." Um, I love the side characters.
Okay.
My God, I love the side characters.
Now, which one of them is your favorite?
I like Ocean. Ocean.
Ocean.
Yeah, I like her.
Okay.
I
Did
like
you
the
like
pirate.
How do you feel about her actually being a star and one of their enemies, but also kind of like in love with the pirate? I'm
I
kind
mean,
of liking the dynamic.
I am
I'm
too.
excited to see what's going to happen.
Listen, the sex is going to be so good. Like, I mean, you were there. You saw it too. Okay, you were there. Whew. That tension. And then I kind of have to like picture him in like I picture him like pirates on TV, and I'm like, oh man, Davy Jones Locker, gross. And then I'm like, all right, picture hot pirate,
Hot pirate. We got to remember hot pirate
hot
because
pirate.
he was in book one as well. And when she danced with him, she does describe him as very attractive. So I did that too, because at first I was like, ooh, old weird man. And then I was like, no, he's actually hot man. Because I did the same thing. I was like, wait, backtrack,
Uh,
hot man.
any AI makers out there, can you please sketch that one up for me? I need some fan art of this one. What is um and then who else was there? I like the Santi, the one that died.
Yeah.
The
I
pirate's name was and I can't remember. It's Andre,
Oh
and
yeah. I think you're right, Andre or something like that.
yeah, I like the guy that like was in love with his sister.
I know. I was a little sad about that one. I really thought that they were going to save the sister because she was the goddess of death. And I thought maybe she was going to bring her back. And then they both died. I was like, oh, that's such a sad ending. I don't know. But,
Adrian.
oh, Adrian.
Yeah. the girl that Alara kept seeing on the ship, that little ghost girl, I was thinking it was O'Sheen. O'Sheen.
Ocean.
I was like, oh, she's got some crazy power stuff going on now.
Yeah, I didn't expect that twist either, that it was the sister.
But
Um,
it did kind of make sense a little bit because I was like, well, she's sick, and I was like, well, she probably. And then it was really sad. Oh, it was so sad.
yeah, also stressful because they go and try to save his sister, and then Alara gets betrayed again, and they try to kill her. And Lorenzo's like, "We gotta go. She's dying, and I'm dying." And he's like, "But I gotta say goodbye to my sister." He's like, "No, we
I
gotta go
know.
right
I
now."
know.
And I'm like, "Go!
I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Stop talking. Stop talking. Stop
Stop
talking.
talking. Eat,
Like,
go. She's already dead."
I don't know how I feel about her being a god of death or whatever. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, you go from moon and then now
It's
death.
not that uncommon in a lot of myths to associate like Moon Knight with death. There's a lot of mythology where the goddess of the moon and the night is also associated with the underworld or death. So that
Mm.
wasn't a big leap for me. Um, I was a little sad that she had to get rid of her shadows though, but by the end of the book, I understood why, because even though her shadows were like a part of her, um, they were gifted to her by the shadow. They weren't originally part of her powers. And so it did make sense why she had to get rid of them, but it was kind of really
See,
sad. There was a
I go ahead.
there was a part in book 1 where she's reading something and she throws the book and she turns to Lorenzo. He's like, "Why'd you throw the book?" And she goes, "Well, I'm reading about this character and she just gave up her powers and that's dumb. I don't want to give up my powers. I'm never going to give up my powers." And so I
I remember that.
took that as foreshadowing that something was going to happen and she was going to have to give up her powers. Um, and so I kind of like saw it coming a little bit, but it was kind of sad when she had
I
to get rid of her shadows.
I was okay, so first off, when her dragon was roped up by the shadows. Oh my God, it broke my little heart. And then also, when she went to go to the healer to get her shadow thing taken care of, I definitely thought that they were gonna, um, like, like, Lorenzo was gonna find out that Ariette is attached to her, and I thought maybe these shadows had something to do with Ariette. And I was
Mm.
like, while they're doing like this whole thing in the water. Oh, and then when Adrian came, the pirate came and he held her
Mhm.
head and like the water trickling, I was like, oh great, now she's gonna have a love tie to him too. I was like, we're going to a why choose now.
Yeah, there was a moment where I was like, wait, is she gonna get together with the pirate?
Oh,
Um, oh, that made me think of something and then I just forgot. Shoot. Okay, we were talking about the pirate and
her shadows
Ariette. Oh, okay. How do you feel about how everything went down with Ariette?
at the end.
No, it was kind of like when she went into the club and she tried to go into his dreamscape, and he
Oh
basically was
yeah.
like, haha, I'm 2 steps ahead. I'm gonna
Yeah.
let you die, or you have to be tied to me.
He was very ahead. Like he knew what he was doing. Because at the end, I was like, you sneaky little sucker. But I was scared. I was so scared that his blood tie to her was going to be like his favor that he asked of her is going to be something really sad, like having to leave or I don't know. It was so sad.
Yeah, I thought there was a moment where I was thinking, oh, what if the original prophecy actually comes true and she has to, like, this tie to him is going to make her forget about Lorenzo and then, like, fall in love with Ariette or
I'm still
something?
waiting on that. He's not dead.
Yeah. Well, okay, here's the deal. There was a scene in this book, and it was kind of like a flash forward or a prophecy or something where her and Ariette are on a battlefield and he's sounds like he's dying.
Hmm.
And he says something to her, and she's like, "No, I can't do that." And he's like, "You have to.
This has to happen.
This has to happen. This is my request." And it kind of felt like to me, like in my mind, she's like holding him and they're friends, and he's asking her to kill him or something, and she's having a hard time with it. That's what it felt like to me. I don't know what it felt
It
like to
did.
you.
It did. I felt
Okay.
that too.
And so I'm assuming that's going to come back in book three and that something's going to happen in order to save everyone and kill the shadow or whatever. She's going to have to kill Ariette, and that's going to be his final request.
hmm
Um, but I, um, I mean, that's my prediction, I guess, is for book three that they're going to become friends and he's actually going to like help them.
What was her ex-boyfriend's name?
Oh, you know what? I looked it up after the Lost podcast, and because I was like so frustrated that we forgot it, it's like Lucas or something, right? And then I forgot again.
I will find out right now. Um, I, I mean, he was there and then he wasn't. I keep wanting to call him Zeke.
It's
Zeke.
something really simple like Lucas.
Um, as soon as my phone loads, that'd be cool. But what did you think about? Oh yeah, it's not showing me. It's so simple.
Let's see.
Pause.
Oops. Pause.
Hold on, pause. I could not find my headband anywhere to save my life, and I just noticed that I can't find it because it's black and it's on my shirt and it's around my neck already.
He's not even in the top 10 character list of this.
I know, he's not even on mine.
They're like, he's not important. Uh, oh, no, I don't want an ad. Training, dream walking. Dun, dun, dun.
It's still not even telling me.
And I know he's like so not important. Like no website is like listing his name. Oh my God.
Here, I
Just
got
gonna.
this. Lucas.
Is it Lucas?
Yeah,
Oh, I was right. After all that.
Lucas.
Okay. What were we talking about?
All right, we're back.
We're back.
Lucas, I know you made another prediction that he was gonna that well, we talked about how we didn't know where he was.
Yeah,
And
it was kind of like, is he officially dead or not? And he didn't show up at all in this book, did he?
yeah, at the end, she sent him to the heavens.
Oh, right. Yeah. So he is dead. Yeah.
Yeah, he was dead. I thought that was really sad because he was like, I didn't do it. I didn't, whatever. Sorry, don't mind me. Look, you try being disabled for a day. Okay, that's better.
I it would yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was kind of sad when he was like there in his ghost form. And
Yeah.
he was like, "Can you just send me?" And he was like, "I didn't summon him." I think Sophia did.
I think
Yeah.
Sophia did too.
Sophia's been with him, been with her whole life.
In multiple lifetimes. Did you catch that?
No.
Okay, so she was talking about how she saw herself in multiple lifetimes. And then when she made the connection that Sophia was the reincarnation of the shadow, she talks about how there's always been a shadow in the background of every lifetime. And then Sophia confirms it and she's like, "Why didn't you kill me in another lifetime?" And she goes, "I couldn't because you'd just be reincarnated over and over again. You had to come into your celestial form, the moon, before I could officially kill you. So now that you're the moon, you've been awakened. Now I can get rid of you. Now I can kill you for real."
Oh man. Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I got juicy drama I need to gossip about. Go ahead. It's not it's about the Marissa.
Okay. Well, I was just going to say we at some point need to touch on the fact that Alara is the basically the villain of the story at some point.
I gotta think on that one. I gotta
Okay. Well, do you want to talk about Marissa or do you want to talk about Alara being the villain?
Before I forget Marissa, because I do want to talk about
Okay.
Alara being the villain. Marissa and this little hoe. Oh my God. I was like, what is she doing? And I was like, this has to be Leo. I was like, something's going on. And then I was like, oh, well, maybe her soul tie is the captain, and maybe it's this. And I was like, least expecting it. But then I kind of was like, oh my God, Ariette. Oh, and he didn't even do anything with her. He told her, he's like, I will not, well, no, not while she's under the influence. Oh my God, little hoe.
Okay, I feel like you just said words and it didn't make sense.
I'm just excited. Um,
Okay, I do like Marissa's story. I was a little like, oh gosh, why another point of view? But then I thought, okay, well, maybe we're finally going to get Marissa and Leo together because I really wanted them together. And then she's like, no, if we were soul tied, we would have felt it by now. And I'm no good for you. And she keeps shoving poor Leo away. And Leo is just like obsessed with her. And then she goes and starts flirting with Leon, the star, and was like, "Oh yeah, I'd sleep with Leon." And then she has this thing with Ariette where she gets all charm drunk and tries to have sex with Ariette, and Ariette's like, maybe not.
and then Adrian, she even
Oh
did
yeah, at one point there's
and
something.
his friend Santi that died.
She's flirting with everybody except poor Leo, who is defending her. He's following her around like a puppy. He keeps saving her life. And she's like, I'm like, girl,
I get
give this
Cassian
poor
vibes.
man something.
I get Cassian vibes.
From Leo.
Yeah.
I love Leo. I mean, I love Leo.
All right, I need to know how Allure is the villain. Vilify him.
Okay, so in like the middle of the book, she goes into Ariette's dreamscape and tries to basically get Enzo's tether. And by drugging him, making him go to sleep, and then going into his dreamscape. Well, we already established the area was like 3 steps ahead of everyone. But while she was in the dreamscape, he sends her a vision of how this all went down, how the Celestes got trapped in human form.
Oh
And
yes, yeah, yeah, she's the villain.
yeah, so basically what happened is you've got the moon, you've got the sun, and then you've got this shadow. And the shadow's like, you have to stay over here and you have to stay over here. Even when we come into a banquet hall. You have to be on this side of the room. You have to be on this side of the room. And so they've been staring at each other, like falling in love with each other, writing each other love notes for eons, but they can't touch. They can't be near each other because the shadow is jealous or something,
Yeah.
keeping them apart. And in
The
my mind,
dark.
I kept thinking, well, maybe if she would just let them have a solar eclipse once every 1,000 years, they could get together. I don't know why that was my thought, but I was like, well, we could have a solar eclipse every once in a while. Anyway,
That's
so
funny.
so we have our Celestes, the three above and the three below, and um the moon, which is Alara, and the sun, which is Enzo. They're in love, and they're being kept apart by the shadow, which we find out is Sophia. So, Alara, the moon, decides that she wants to be with her son. She wants to be with the love of her life, the sun. And so she calls upon her mutual
God of
ally
War.
who kind of hates her. Like basically the stars exist. The Celestials rule everything, but the stars exist, and there's like a few of them that are kind of butthurt about it. They're like, man, we can't have fun because you guys keep ruining our fun. And
Mhm.
so she goes to like one of the strongest stars, Ariet, the god of the Star of War, and says, hey, um, if I make it easier for you to rule, would you basically be the villain and um put all
Ulti
of
us.
the Celestes in a mortal form so that I can be with the sun, Lorenzo, basically. So it was her idea. She helps him do it. And Ariat was like, okay, well, I'll be the bad guy if I can rule
Hmm.
and, kick you guys off your throne and whatever. And I'm going to
Power
keep your
hungry.
secret.
Now he's, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, I'll be the bad guy and then I get all this power. But it was her idea and she helps him do it. Well, okay, she has this other friend, Leon, who's all in love with a Celeste. That's going to come out at some point that she basically killed the love of his life. Like, well, and that hasn't come out yet, so that's going to come out in book 3. Like, she's the villain. She's the one that caused all of this to happen, and she finds out, and she's kind of guilty about it for like a couple of chapters, and then they don't talk about it again. I'm like, girl, you're going to get your comeuppance.
It's all gonna come back. It is. Um,
Yeah. So she's the villain. She's not like Ilara's kind of the bad guy.
yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot. At the lighthouse scene. I just pictured my lighthouse. Oh my God.
Okay, by the way, the sex scenes didn't disappoint in this book. I was actually
Mhm.
like kind of into them.
Yeah. I was like, this went from YA to not Y choose, but yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. The tension's great. I like that. I like the tension. I need more tension. Um, but now they're like mushy gushy lovey dovey.
Oh yeah, Lorenzo is so in love with her, which, sometimes I start to lose interest when they finally get together. So I guess I'm kind of glad that she started to introduce more side stories like Ocean and
See,
Adrian, and we don't quite know what's going on with Leo and
mhm.
Marissa. So I guess that's kind of good that
this
because sometimes I do kind of lose interest once they get together.
this pirate Adrian once loved so bad, went outside, sat on the like grass or beach side on the lighthouse by the ocean, and Ocean comes out of the water stark naked, and he just eats dinner and gets caught.
He's like, I really want to look at you, but I'm not allowed to open my eyes, so I'm just going to start exploring you with my mouth.
I was like, oh my God. I was like,
And then Alara's like, what are you doing? And he's like, Well, I didn't know. I didn't open my eyes.
I haven't looked at her at all.
I didn't know that's who that was.
Nah, nah, nah. He was coming. I just picture him sitting there with his arms back, and he's just a guppy. Oh man,
He's like, she smells really good.
ocean flowers. Man, I like her though. I hope she ends up being good. I like all these prophecies that keep coming up where they're like, "Oh, forgive him," like the one that Isra keeps.
Yeah,
I'm digging it, but right now Isra's gone and I don't like it.
I know. She got kidnapped at the end. I'm like, how come everyone at the end of someone at the end of the book is always kidnapped or like killed off or disappeared?
What do you
Like,
what do you think about Enzo's hard climaxes? He's a ray of sunshine. Oh my God. I
I love Enzo. He can do no wrong. I don't care.
but like he burns like his eyes turn sunny and he gets in this trance.
I know, and he's like, isn't he like have her like hanging dangling
Yes.
off the side
Lighthouse.
and eating her out and then like almost drops her because he has him so hard.
Oh my God.
She's like, wait, don't drop me.
This is and yeah, this is the second time that happened. It happened in the waterfall in the pools.
Yeah.
And I so we've established that they're connected. So now
Yeah.
is this gonna be a problem for them every time?
I don't know.
I bet that's
Probably.
probably a really strong. I mean, they're
I mean,
connected. It's life. Their
I want
life's
a man to be obsessed with me like that.
to like zones out and just
He like
yeah.
has an orgasm and goes into a different dimension.
Yeah. He turns into the sun. Woo.
Um, oh
Yeah, that was
man.
fun. That was fun. I enjoyed that.
So the next book's supposed to come out in a year. So fingers crossed it comes out in 2026.
It'll be here this year.
But yeah, I guess it is 2026 right now. A year from when Fallen Star came out. So Fallen Star came out Thanksgiving weekend, 2025. So this one is also supposed to come out November 2026. That's what I meant by a year.
Yeah.
But yeah,
We're gonna cut this.
okay.
Land the plane.
Land the plane.
Land the plane.
What do you rate it out of stars?
I think I gave it a 4 in Goodreads.
I think yeah. I gave the last one a 5, but I think I gave this one a 4. I liked it, but not as much as the first one. I don't know. Just I think it's just because they got together, and I don't.
Finally.
And I was like, oh, it's not as good now that they're together.
Okay,
All right,
bye.
go read the book. It's very good.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.